There he is. He's waiting for his audio to connect.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. ColliPark, Bubba Sparxxx.
What it do, homie?
I had to do it. I had to do it, man.
Hey, man. You get a pass.
What's going on with you, Colli?
I can't call it, man. Just out here like everybody else trying to, wait this thing out.
I was on your page today, and I seen you. You say people was coming at you about wearing a mask, and people don't want to wear their mask, man. I feel you on that, man.
Hey, man, I just think it's just stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether you believe one way or the other, like I said, if there's a small possibility that you could save somebody or yourself, why not do it?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Ain't nothing political about that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the show Mr. ColliPark. Let me get this going. Let me give you a brief. Let me give you some flowers for a minute, Mr. ColliPark.
In the house.
That's right. Producer, responsible for the Ying Yang Twins, Soulja Boy, Bubba Sparxxx, Hurricane Chris. Can I get some hand claps? Hey, ColliPark, I'm a DJ, man.
Okay, well, okay, I see.
Listen, dog. All your shit go hard. Come on. Listen, man. Ying Yang. You know what? We was talking before the show, but I've had this conversation before. The Ying Yang Twins, Kane and D-Rock, they don't get their credit in the business, man. They rock shit, man. I mean, everybody think Little John is high energy. Shit, Kane and D-Rock is super high energy.
Before we even started working with John, I knew John when he was working with Jermaine over at So Def.
Right.
So Ying Yang was coming up under me.
Right.
And before anybody knew him, they used to come to our shows and man, it was night and day. Just the energy that they brought versus the energy that, John brought. Because John really a smart dude. Like, John ain't really, Crunk is a job. Right. But Crunk is a life for Kane and D-Rock.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference. They live it, and he do it for a living.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it. Because when you come up with shit like 50-11 times, that, you know what? Where's the 50-11 time shirts, man? We need some 50-11 time shirts.
50-11 times.
I think we late on that one. I guess it's never
what I
late,
want?
but I wish we had thought about that, 20 years ago, or however long ago that record was out.
You know what, Colli, man? I'm going to get me one made. I'm going to tag you in it, man. I'm going to tag you. I'm going to get me one made.
I want a Tig-O Biddy shirt.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. Those are some great ideas, though. Because they got some lines in these songs.
You know what? I thought about that, but they only said that because that was the clean version. He only said that on the clean version.
Oh, I know.
Right.
I know.
Right. And on the dirty version, he say ass and titties.
Right.
Up here in the north, I'm originally from Alabama. But
okay, what part of Alabama?
Marion, Alabama. I know you went to Alabama A&M. Right. I'm with yes, sir, Bulldog. I'm a fan. I know you from Alabama.
No, I'm from Atlanta.
You were from Atlanta, but went to school at Alabama A&M.
I was born in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
That's where I was born, and then I went to college at Alabama A&M. Yeah. But I DJ. That's really when I started DJing in public a lot, because before then, as DJ Smurf, I did mixtapes.
Right.
So I was
he just Big Trav just reminded me that was you. I didn't know it was the same. So you were DJs. Oh man, I got
a whole career. I got a whole career before I get to Mr. ColliPark.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you this. Was you fucking with Player Poncho and LA Snow back in the day?
Poncho was yay big. The mixtape crew that I came up with, the J Team out of Decatur, Georgia. Poncho was sweeping the floor because he was young. He wasn't even old enough to really work in the record store. So when I was leaving, he was coming in as a kid. And then when I left and went to college and all that, that's when they formed the A-Town Players and he started rapping and all that shit. See, I wasn't around for all that, but he was younger than I was.
I tell you what, that bitch, what's up? It still go hard.
Yeah.
I do tailgates, man. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I do Cowboys events all across the country. Okay. And, man, what's up? It's still in my playlist.
Right.
But most of my playlist is Ying Yang Twins, man.
Right, right. It's time.
D-Rock and Kane swept the North with such a like a storm, a hurricane from the South.
Right.
Their songs, your songs, especially was the most played songs in the radio up here in the Midwest.
Yeah, they did. They went hard.
Yeah,
they went hard up in Ohio.
We had some people we used to mess with up in the Milwaukee area,
mm-hmm.
Ohio, and all that. Yeah. So I stopped when they really started touring real big. I stopped rolling with them like that on the road because I was starting a family and shit. Right. So I remember it was surprising in the very, very beginning. What's Why You Twerk? It was out west, believe it or not. Like in LA, they jumped on it. I don't know how we jumped over the rest of the country and really hit it big. It was some underground dance shit though. You know what I mean? And so back then we didn't have no internet, none of that shit. So it was just strictly some underground dance shit. And believe it or not, other records that didn't go commercial for us, like I don't know if y'all remember that group D-Rock had, the Musicians.
Yeah, the Musicians. I remember them.
All right, so we had a record called Camera Phone.
Right.
I don't know if y'all remember.
I remember Camera Phone.
So on the album, there was a up-tempo record called Gyrate. There's a song called Gyrate that we did, and it became a real cult-like underground dance. Like if you look it up on YouTube, Gyrate, you'll see like a lot of dance crews got up on that shit just out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. But it's not a mistake though, because that's where I come from.
Okay.
All that bass, all that freaknik.
Okay, we got you back.
Okay,
somebody was trying to call in.
I got a question, man, because you know what, I thought the name was ColliPark, and I thought that DK and Rock was just saying ColliPark with their accent.
No. No, that's what it is. That's how we talk, and that's why I named it that, because it was it was authentic. Right.
It was a Southern thing, huh?
It's an Atlanta thing.
Right.
One of the most controversial music songs that was remixed several times, and it got some people in trouble with the Whisper song.
Okay.
Talk about what happened with Free.
I don't really, you know what? I didn't really get into, because she was going through some shit with BET at the time that we weren't really privy to, but she was such fans of us because, they would frequently go up to BET. And when we came with that record, it was it was huge. I remember meeting Irv Gotti in the studio, and he was like, man, y'all ain't never, because he knew I was like the CEO, the man behind the scene. He's like, man, I was with my bitch, with some chicks, and they said they would fuck the Ying Yang Twins. And at that time, you got to think now where we were coming from. We were coming off of Get Low and and all that shit to them putting on suits.
Right.
Yeah.
So just the impact of that record and the video, it just changed the game. And so
nobody's ever done it before. I mean, to whisper an entire song, and I mean, it was remixed. It was very popular. But the rumor I'm talking about is that she lost her job with BET. It had nothing to do with her participation on the song.
That's what I'm saying. I think she was going through something with BET before that.
Okay.
And she was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I don't think it was because of it. I think that was just like on the way out the door. Fuck it.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
some contract disputes.
Yeah, it had something to do with something other than the song. But I think the song might have put the nail in the coffin.
Now let me add. Okay, they jumped in the suits in the Whisper song video. What went into that? What was the thinking of that? Put them in suits.
I wish I could take credit for that. I can take credit, however, for only wanting one director for the video, Little X. And because the way he shot, Sean Paul's, I think it was Get Busy at the time. Whatever his Give Me the Light, might have been Give Me the Light.
Right.
That video to me, when I saw it, because I wasn't a big dance hall guy, when I saw how he shot that video, and how he shot the dance hall shit. I think it was like a black room with a runway on it. Just the way he shot the models and shit in that. I knew he's the only guy that could pull off visually what I had in my head, but I didn't know how to say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I knew it would be classy and tasteful because the record was so nasty. You know what I mean? And I knew his eye for women. I still haven't seen any director with an eye like he has for pulling, because even if I had full body shots of all the girls in that Whisper video, if I lined them up and took full body shots, you wouldn't think nothing of them. But every girl had a body feature that was used specifically for that in the video.
Gotcha.
And I, like, because some of the girls with the close-up body wasn't worth shit. But if you looking at them up close, they were beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's like the way I saw him use them girls, I went to TBT because we had never, that was my partner at the time. We had never had a real video budget before that. You know what I mean? Like we spent
that's what's up.
We spent a lot of money on that video. And I told him, nobody else can shoot this. Nobody else but Lil X. I didn't have no relationship with X or nothing. I said, this dude, and it's funny because they owe X some money from some other shit. So they fell out with X.
Wow.
And I told him, I don't give a fuck. Y'all need to fix that shit and get this dude to shoot that video, and the rest is history.
That's
and Little X is I'm familiar with his work. He did some work with Method Man and also some of the New York artists that he's from New York, isn't he? Is he from New York?
I think he's from Canada. I think he's from Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
He got a tie to Canada some kind of way. He may be Canadian. I gotta look that up.
Okay.
But yeah, he's from up top. He's up top, but I think he's some with Canada. He might be from Canada.
Go ahead and Google it right quick, Major. But anyway, let's take it back to let's talk about Soulja Boy, man, because he's a pioneer, man. I mean, I don't think he get his credit either, man. I mean, to me, right. I think he pioneered, or you guys. Can I say you guys, or is it him or you guys?
I mean, his genius met my genius. Let's just put it like that.
I tell you what. Tell me about the beginning. Tell me how that came together. Tell me how you and Soulja Boy came together. I can't
take credit for the foundation that he laid, right? The fan base that he cultivated, the way that he used the internet. It's like anybody who goes through something not so easy in life. They use what they have around them, and it usually creates something special.
Right.
So while he was in Batesville, his only way of touching, because he's from here, like his mom was living here, and his dad lived in Batesville, Mississippi.
Okay.
So I think the fact that he was outside of the city. Like once you live in Atlanta and then you move to fucking Batesville, Mississippi, that's night and day. So I think he resorted to the internet as his way to communicate, outside of that small town, because Batesville is a small ass little town. And he used that to cultivate his fan base. So that part is all him, even to this day. What he built, he continues to cultivate, because he ain't had a record, on the chart since we worked together.
Right.
But he's still relevant.
Right, he is.
With no music. Like that's a testament to itself of the impact that he had. Now, me, I'm a music guy and a marketing guy. So my genius was to package what he had and take it to the world.
Okay.
And present it to the world.
Was it difficult to pitch him and his parents for him to come with you? Was it difficult to get him?
Well, no. Well, what I came to find out, he wasn't with signing shit with nobody. So it was convincing him more so than the parents, and shouts out to Miami Mike, because I when I look back at it, I don't think we would have did the deal if Miami Mike wasn't there. And because he just didn't trust anybody. And I think what got me over the hump was that I had Hurricane Chris at the time.
Oh, okay.
So he was another young cat that was huge from that area. Well, Louisiana.
Right.
And so and he told me afterwards when we was going back and forth, I think we had sidekicks back in the day. He saw my signature had Hurricane Chris on the signature, hey, babe. And so that's how he knew I was the real deal. And so
shout out to Hurricane Chris, hand claps.
Shouts out to Hurricane. Shouts out to Hurricane.
That was he done Holly Berry too, didn't he? Holly Berry.
Yeah.
Was that him?
We weren't working together at the time he did Holly Berry. I was just there for the first album.
Okay.
Well, you were right. Lil X is from Canada, Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
So, and he's a film and music director. So I guess he's done some movies, I guess. So
yeah, he did Idol. No, that was Brian Barber. I was thinking about Idlewild. No, he did the Pimp movie. Was it Superfly? The remake? Was it Superfly?
The new Superfly? Yeah. Oh, he did that. Okay. New Superfly.
The one from Atlanta, the Atlanta one, the one that's based in Atlanta. Yeah. I love that movie, man. Yeah. I love that movie, man.
I think he did that one.
I love that movie. Hey, what happened to Bubba Sparxxx, man? Where he at?
He's in Nashville. I think I was the biggest blessing and curse for him simultaneously. Because he was kind of in a weird place when we hooked up and did Miss New Booty. By him starting out with Timbaland and the type of music that he was making before we got together, his fan base was different from the fan base that he got from doing Miss New Booty. Right. But Miss New Booty eclipsed the two albums that he had done prior to Miss New Booty. So you got the biggest record of his career, and it kind of pissed off the fan base that he had built over time. Right. You know what I mean? So he made a gang of money from Miss New Booty, but it kind of, because even when they called me in to work with him, he had been working on that album for like a long time, and they just couldn't find a single on it. And so when they called me in, it was like, okay, they were just trying anything at that point, because how you gonna put ColliPark with Bubba Sparxxx? That wasn't even what he was doing at the time. But because he's a hip hop head, the beat for Miss New Booty I actually did for David Banner to be a follow up for the Play record that I did.
You done Play?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you listen to the beat,
that's what's up. Oh, come on, man. Play. You done Play.
If you listen to the beat for Miss New Booty, it's the drums from the turnaround on the Play beat.
Oh,
damn hips, run, girl. Those are the drums.
Right.
I just took those turnaround drums and made a whole beat out of it. And my goal was to try to make a club beat without using the 808 drum. That was my science behind Miss New Booty, because when we blew up down here in Atlanta, everybody started using the 808. People from up north, West Coast, everybody started using 808 drums. So it was like, that used to be something that we could claim in the South for the most part.
Right.
When you heard them drums a certain kind of way, you knew where it was from.
Yeah. That Miami bass that came up there, didn't they? Y'all was hitting that Miami bass.
Right. So once everybody else started doing it, I was just trying something different.
Shout out to Mr. Magic.
So when Bubba heard it, though, because he's a real rap dude, when he heard it, he got it. Like instantly, he went crazy when he heard it. So we went in and we recorded it, and it changed his life. And unfortunately, he alienated himself from his fan base. So now, to make a long story short, he's in Nashville. He's married now, and last I heard, he was doing like country hip hop.
Married to a black girl?
Nah. Oh no. You know what? That was the crazy thing. When we went in the studio, I didn't know what to expect because of the type of music he made. When I tell you Bubba is white. Yeah, it ain't no fake black. It ain't no because I hang around black people acting a certain kind of way. It ain't that.
So he ain't Paul Wall. Huh?
No. That's one of the biggest things I respected about him, though, because he could have easily played that.
But he could have been the first Post Malone.
Yeah, but I think without the Bubba Sparxxx, there's no. I think everybody got to do their part to build up to something. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. You know what, man? I'm a DJ, so I admire and respect other DJs when they do stuff. The Mr. Sexy Man remix. I'm on your nuts, man. That is dope. That is dope, man. That is dope. That is dope.
Appreciate it, man.
That is dope. I was like, why? Oh, what? But I am gonna blend. I'm gonna blend Miss New Booty and Run. I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna mess with that. You told me that they the same beat under there. So I'm gonna
play. Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Play.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that before.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna mix that tonight to see what you're talking about. I'm gonna put that together. But But Mr. Sexy Man, that was dope. That was dope, man.
Appreciate it, man. I actually reached out to her because I do my mix show is syndicated in Montgomery, Alabama, and I was on the phone with the program director down there, and he was telling me how that one of his competition stations, they took all the hip hop and stuff off, and all they play is that Southern Soul music. So I asked him, "What's the biggest Southern Soul record?" And he was like, "Well, shit, this shit kind of old, but he told me about the Mr. Sexy Man."
Right.
And I actually went on Twitter and found her, and I just DM'd her, and she hit me right back. And the producer sent me all the parts, so I was able to take the session from the Sexy Man session, and then do the remix.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's an official remix. It's an official one.
No, if you hear all them damn samples I got in there, ain't no way in the hell they gonna pay to clear them samples. But that's what I told her. I said I did it because me as a DJ, I can't play Southern Soul records. I just can't play it. But the people who I play for, I'm sure some of them like it, but as a whole, I can't play that. But it's enough people who know about the record.
No, we know about it.
If I had a remix that I could run behind, that's what made me come with the samples that I used in it, because those records are huge in that adult crowd.
Yeah, shout out to Kilo Ali and y'all song Hunchy, man. That beat was dope too, man.
I appreciate that. That song like 4 years old.
I hear that Brian McKnight sample under there.
Yeah. That's just something I had laying around, man. And Kilo laid it down, and I was just sitting on it. And when I started DJing for this Corona stuff on IG, I just started playing it, and the people who follow me, they loved it.
That was dope, man. That was dope. What was I gonna bring up next? The anniversary. Oh no, let's talk about the hard drive, the flash drives. What's up with the flash drive? You said is it really 5 hours of mixes?
Yeah.
5 hours. 20 bucks for $20?
For $20 plus shipping. I had to put the shipping on it, and them bitches went so fast. They went so fast that I got people mad at me right now because they went in like the first week. Like I didn't know they were gonna sell like that, because I just have people randomly asking me for my mixes, and my IG is called "You Had to Be There Party."
Right.
One of the things that I made, special about it is that I don't put them up after they're over. I erase the live, so you can't go on my live and look at what you missed. Right.
Right.
So I named the party "You Had to Be There Party." So people, they have so much fun. They were asking me, "Yo, how can I get your mixes?" So I was like, you know what? I got you. And just the first one though is 5 hours. Like as I do put more out, they won't be 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question about what you being in the South, man. And do you think you guys have finally got your respect in the hip hop game? You think
it don't matter no more.
It don't matter?
It don't even matter no more. When you take shit, it don't even matter.
Yeah, because we had Gip on the show, and he basically said the same thing you saying. He was like, "Man, we ain't even worried about it, man."
Yeah, it used to mean something to be accepted by other people, but it's almost like trying to convince Trump or some shit.
Right. That's what T.I. said. T.I. said that.
You know what I mean?
T.I. said the New York media and the New York old school heads, he said they treat hip hop like Karens. Like if somebody don't do it the way they want it done,
right,
they're gonna turn them in or some shit.
Right. Flying out here and shit.
Yeah, so I really appreciated that analogy that T.I. gave on that. Shout out to Tip, man, on that.
Yeah, we don't worry about that no more.
You ever work with?
Hold on 1 second, fellas. Let me light some candles or something out here.
Okay.
Yeah, outside getting.
Oh yeah, he got a nice backyard back there.
Yeah,
man.
he do. Yeah, get them tiki torches going.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Back out there in the
matter of
South.
fact, I got out in the yard today, man. I got out in the yard today, and I let it go for 2 weeks, so it was rough, man. It was rough, man.
Oh wow.
Oh man, you gotta get out here now, man. Shit. It's the only enjoyment we get for real.
Yeah, exactly.
You better light them tiki torches and stuff back there, because I don't.
Yeah, it's a
mosquitoes
lot of,
get.
Well, I got to spray down bees and shit, so I'm fighting everything back here.
Hey, let me ask you about do you know Little J from Crime Mob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
not like pals, but I know him.
Okay.
You know his views.
He's a Trump supporter.
No, I've read some about it, but nothing in detail. So you got to put me up on
we interviewed him last week, and he was ready to go. He was armed and ready to go. We didn't want to talk about it, but he wanted to talk about it, man. And
I'm a political head, and he was on it. I mean, he was on it.
Yeah, because I guess it hit the media that he was a Trump supporter, and they was giving him, he was catching hell over it, and
right.
he thought we was gonna bring it up, but we didn't bring it up, man. So
okay, so he wanted to bring it up.
So if you ain't cool with him, you don't give a fuck. So we ain't gonna get into that. So
no, I mean I don't give a fuck. Like
yeah,
it's levels to the discussion about Trump.
Right.
To me, it's a whole bunch of levels you can go on that, and ultimately, I think from the biggest of the big pictures as Americans, I ain't even talking about black, white, brown, and all that shit. I'm talking about from an American discussion.
Right.
What's being done right now is fucking catastrophic.
Right.
That's my big picture view of it. So regardless of how you feel about him and his policies, on certain obvious shit, it's once he's gone, whether he do it, if he get reelected, boy,
I'm moving to Canada.
The only thing that's holding him to his own accountability, because can't nobody else hold him accountable. The only thing holding him to his own accountability is reelection.
Right.
So once you take that away, he can't get elected after another 4 years.
Right.
So he's gonna clown.
Them second 4 years when he ain't trying to get reelected. God.
I don't think he's gonna get elected again. I think this
I'm
is a
just
wrap.
telling you, this first 4 years ain't got shit on
I know.
4 years.
I know.
If that happens. Because trust you when I tell you, the only accountability he has right now is to reelection.
Well, I hope. I hope that don't
happen. The only thing we can hope for is in a second impeachment trial if that happens.
Exactly.
Hey man, and the flip side of the flip side of him not getting reelected, he know the hell he gonna face.
Oh yeah.
If he don't get reelected, that's why he trying to fuck the post office up. This motherfucker trying to fuck up the post office. Like,
yeah, I know, man.
Okay, let's move on, man.
Okay. Hey,
but you know what? Speaking of Lil J, you remember what he said about Black Lives?
Yeah,
I don't know any of his views, so you have to tell me, like, for real. I don't follow him like that.
No, Big Trav he said something to us about Black Lives. There was something negative he said. I don't want to misquote him, but
anyway, let's move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna ask you about. Listen, this is the last thing, man. I'm gonna ask you about Instagram battles. You been watching the Instagram battles?
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite, man? Which one that you really like? You thought was cool?
The one that I missed, the dance hall one, because I think they stepped it up. That one and the T-Pain Lil Jon one. To be honest,
that was my
dope.
favorite. That was my favorite
because
too.
It was raw. It was raw because now it's something else. It's like anything. When you catch it, when it's raw, it has a different element to it. Now everybody's smiling and hugging and loving on as my mama would say, loving on each other. Don't nobody. I like niggas. The T.I. 50 Cent shit. That's what I wanted. And then you shake hands afterwards.
I want
to believe niggas don't really even like
right.
While they battling. So now you got people in the same room.
Yeah, I know. Kumbaya and all that bullshit.
Who would you rather match up with? Who would you match up with?
Yeah, who would? Let me see.
I don't think I have the catalog to do one of those, to be honest with you, because a lot of my shit is cultural to here.
Right, right.
It means more. Like a lot of my records be getting played another 20 years from now, whereas Whereas to somebody who might have more #1 records than me, would beat me in a versus battle.
If we get you somebody, you know, around your speed, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we ain't gonna get you somebody that's like Babyface.
Honestly, my catalog, there's nobody who catalog like, you know, whose catalog was more similar to mine that I didn't realize to the battle was Manny.
Yeah, Manny Fresh. That's Manny what I was thinking. I was thinking that.
I didn't realize his catalog was kind of like mine because we were living here when all them records was out.
Now let me ask you
one of my favorites.
If you done an Instagram battle, would you get credit for Get Low? Would you be able to play Get Low?
Nah.
Is that a Little John?
That's Lil Jon, but the concept, I made a record with the To The Wall shit first.
Okay.
Like I made a Miami bass record with that.
Okay.
So the hook, and I never made a big deal out of that because Ying Yang was with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
You know, I talk about it from time to time.
Can you listen? Can you claim
United States of?
Can you claim Salt Shaker?
Only because they were signed to me and I was in the room when the beat was created.
Okay, there we go.
But no, I can't.
Oh,
I can't take no credit from Lil Jon. Like that was John.
Oh, that was John. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that was John. So those two records I can't claim.
You took a whole album, United States of Atlanta, and remixed it. That has never been done before.
Well, it wasn't none but my partner wanted to milk the situation. He just wanted to figure out a way to get more money.
Right.
But there was some new tracks on there. There was some new stuff on there on the second one that wasn't on the first one. Was that something that just didn't make the first album, so you decided to put it on the second album?
Some of them. Some of them. It was a combination of stuff. Like if you take, we did the same thing with the Me and My Brother album.
Right.
Which is where Halftime was born. Stand Up and Get Crunk.
Mm-hmm.
Here we come to get you. That came from the re-release of the Me and My Brother album. So that was a new song that we did. And you know, like I say, I went to HBCU, so that was huge for us. And they didn't get it. They didn't get it. And so
now listen, now everybody that's watching, everybody listen, everybody come closer to the screen, because this guy is responsible for the Wobble. Listen, ColliPark, man, no Wobble. I'm a DJ, man. The Wobble is the most popular song when I go across the country.
Right.
It's the most I mean, the hustles, the line dances.
Right.
I mean, if I don't play Wobble, man, I get killed. I get killed if I don't play Wobble, man.
Right.
Are you aware? Are you aware of the impact?
Yeah. It's funny because it took me a while to even, like when I would do interviews like this and people would be asking me about my catalog or whatever, I wouldn't even say Wobble just because my lack, and it's not like we had, you know, VIC was a different kind of guy.
Right.
And so outside of me going in and doing them records with him, which was more, let me get this shit out the way from me. You know what I mean? Even Get Silly. You don't really even hear me claiming Get Silly, but I did that one too. And just the stuff I did on that album, but when I go out, like I was in Cancun a couple of years ago, and I'm sitting there in the lobby, you know, it had the hula dancers and all that shit, and then they played Wobble, not knowing that I'm standing right here.
Right.
But just to see that, to see the reaction in atmospheres like that, you know, I'm at a resort just on vacation.
Right.
And two records get played, my record and Cupid Shuffle.
Exactly.
And
without even listen, without even checking, I'm gonna say Wobble was your biggest record. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Who fucking knew?
Yeah.
It's still going.
You know what, man? I'm curious, man. What is the royalties on the Wobble on the year, man? I'm just curious, man.
You know what? They for a record that's when we did that 08, so it's 12 years old now.
Right.
They decent. I mean, you know, without it's a check that comes twice a year.
It's pretty good. Is it pretty good?
You can do
tell
something.
Me it's pretty good.
You can do something with it.
So
that gotta be nice, man.
In other words, you doing all right. I see that big backyard, so you doing all right in COVID and quarantine, just sitting there collecting checks.
When you look at my catalog, though, I get a lot of licenses from my music because the type of records that we make. I license Wobble a lot. Miss New Booty gets licensed a lot. Get Low, which I have interest in the songwriting part of it or the publishing part of it, gets licensed a lot. Ying Yang, period. And then you got people remaking their records now, you know, sampling now. And so
you mean like nagging, the women version of nagging?
No, we actually did that. So that was on the album.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we did that ourselves.
Oh, the women's response to it. Okay.
We knew it was coming, so we did it. We beat everybody to it. So
were you involved in the halftime song? The halftime song, because that's big too. The halftime song. I
produced it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, me and my brother, because my brother was in the band at Alabama A&M, so we sat down and because I wanted to do one of those types of records.
Oh, okay.
We did it together. You know, so like when that song gets licensed for the Visa NFL, they have to come to us. So
is that your second biggest song?
No, probably
that's pretty big.
New Booty. Probably Miss New Booty.
Miss New Booty. Yeah, because
but like the Whisper song, like my catalog is always working. So when you got songs with Ying Yang, like those records, they don't get old. So when somebody need a song in the movie, they go to the Ying Yang Twins. Like it's kind of coming.
Yin Yang. That makes a lot
of sense. That's why you know what? For me, even now, I see the game has changed because you got everybody. You can get a producer for little or nothing now, and I come from an era where I probably would have my sanity and be okay, just as okay financially for what they trying to give to a new producer by just sitting back and working my catalog, as opposed to trying to jump in the studio and get insulted because they can get an 18-year-old to come in here and do it for $50. So I don't even engage in that.
Now, one more question. In that Soulja Boy video, were those your kids in the beginning of that video?
Believe it or not, those are my two nephews who are fucking grown now. Third year in college up at George Washington. Yeah, and yeah, they fucking grown, 20 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are my two nephews.
You know, a couple other songs I want to acknowledge is Get Silly and Dunk, man. Those really went hard too, man. Those went hard.
Right.
2005, 2006, around in there, man. Those went so hard, man. I mean, when I was doing like the high school parties, the grade school parties, and I also
that was 2007, 2008.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, 2007, 2008. And then I was DJing in a youth football league, and I remember the Spartans. They used to come out off a dunk.
Okay.
They came out off a dunk. Listen, I don't know why dudes coming out off a dunk, but I guess it has something to do with the cheerleaders. But came out off a dunk.
I'm telling you, like that's one of the few records that I had input on with Soulja. He produced it. But I told him, you need one of these type of records. And I wasn't trying to put Ying Yang sound on him. So he actually did it. But I told him, Beyonce had an album out, and they were playing like 3 or 4 of her records, you know, in the club at the time. So I told him, you need a record. You can't Superman the whole night in the club. So you need a record that you could play at this point in the club.
Right.
So when I explained it to him, he made Dunk like right there on the spot and wrote it, all that shit, and just did it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So it's kind of like my influence, my presence in the room. If I wasn't there, it wouldn't have got done.
Well, you know what, man? You the man. When I researched you and looked into you, I was surprised. You know the biggest surprise that I found out when I was researching you, that you done Trap Star for Jeezy. I was like, man, I'm a big Jeezy fan. I was like, that beat is so dope, ColliPark, man. That beat dope.
Thank you. And I played everything myself.
That was dope, man. That was dope. Hey, well, check this out, man. Thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate it, man. And
thanks for having me, man.
You got anything coming up? You need to let everybody know?
I'm cultivating, trying to bring what I feel like is my sound into now. And it's crazy because when all this shit popped off with the corona, it kind of put a monkey wrench into my plans because it's kind of a hard time to be trying to work with new artists.
Right.
I'm not just a TikTok, even though we are part of responsible for the internet and social media being such a big role in music now.
For sure.
I don't believe in that. I'm still a music guy, and the industry has kind of moving away from the music. They're moving towards social media. But I think if you got both, you're better off. So I'm making strip club music again.
Yeah.
I can't really work strip club music in a pandemic. And
exactly.
So I just signed my first artist in over a decade. He goes by the name of It's Mo World. And we record and trying to figure it out. And what got me into that, I was doing beats for Pitbull at the end of last year. And I was like, damn, this shit hard as fuck. And I had an idea that I seen it. And he hit me like, yo, I love this shit. I did this beat a year ago. So that let me know I was on the right way. So I said, I need to find my own artist and put these tracks on them because there's nobody in the lane of Pitbull, Flow Rider, and all that shit. So that's what I'm working on now.
Okay, good. I'll tell you what, go ahead and give out your social media handles. Let everybody know how they can get hold of you.
ColliPark, let's go. That's my Instagram and IG. I don't do I'm on TikTok, but I don't even know what that shit is. I don't get on that. Or Triller. So I'm showing my age now. It's ColliPark, let's go.
Well, hey, I seen your birthday. Shout out to the Libras. Libras in the building.
Yeah. And
man,
they got me like 60 years old on Wikipedia. That's not my age. I just never changed because people be believing that shit. I'm like, man, use common sense, man.
Right, exactly. No. I seen me and him the same age, so I seen that. Me and him the same age. So. Okay. Well, I tell you what, man. Do us a favor. Reach out to Kane and D-Rock and tell them we want to interview, man. You think you can make that happen?
Sure. Just text me and remind me, man. Everybody got plenty of time on their hands right now.
I hope so. Hey, man.
Can't say you're too busy right now.
No, exactly. Well, thanks again, man. Take care and be safe. Okay.
For sure, man. Y'all too. Thank you.
Yeah, man.